Okay, I have my spreadsheet, and when it comes time to print it, I'm interested in being able to identify each of the pages of the printout, each one of these, of what is going to be printed on each of the sheets. I want to add information that links them to each other in such a way that they are not so different, too isolated. For this, I have a very useful tool in the Insert tab. In the Insert tab in the toolbar, I have a number of very useful commands. One of them is to insert a header or a footer. When we click this button, it changes our view of the Excel spreadsheet. It changes it to a page layout view, where we can see roughly a section of what will be the first printed page. It's similar to the page preview of the different pages, but we see here that it has included a header. What earlier was always the margin, which was blank, we see that it is divided into 3 areas. In these 3 areas, in each one of them, I can enter different information. I can include, for example, a title. I can include different data. For example, I can enter the file name. Okay, here it has put &brackets file. This means that when I send this to print, it will give me the file name here, regardless of what the file is. But in the Insert tab, we see that the command file name here, it tells me it is Indicadores XLSX. So what other things could we include? We might add many more elements. For example, we could put the date and time. The date and time that we have made or printed out this document. Well, we could also activate the footer. We can go down here and we see the footer here, also divided into 3 areas. In any of these areas, for example, we could put the page number that corresponds to this page. Logically, in the first sheet it will put page 1 and in the next 2, etc. I could even indicate the total number of pages. Here I put 1 out of total number of pages. Page number, which is the page number of each page, is different from number of pages, which is the total number of pages. When it is done, if I go to print, here it puts 1 out of 8, and in the next it puts 2 out of 8, 3 out of 8, etc. That is, there are several ways of personalizing the header and footer. Well, as with other program of word processing, there are other alternatives. For example, we could even insert an image that we have in our file systems or put the name of the spreadsheet, the access path, etc. There are even several default headers or footers available that we could routinely select for the sake of speed. They are relatively standard. In any case, what we have is this option, which is very useful to bring uniformity to the pages that are going to be printed out when I send my spreadsheet to print.